Hey guys, Vampirich here. I know I haven't done one of these in a while, or a video at all in a while. Sorry about that. Been working a lot, and I constantly get distracted. Just bringing you guys a bit of an update today. Something I'm going to be trying to doing in the near future for videos is some skits with a friend of mine, and we also want to do a couple of, what do you call them, collaborations or something like that. We're basically going to put, take characters that either we've made up.
LARPing.
Yeah, we're pretty much going to do some LARPing videos. What we'll end up doing with these videos is we'll do one without CG, so you can see what it looks like beforehand, and then we'll do another one with CG afterwards, so you can see what it would look like with all the extra animation and how, basically, how it would look if it was an actual movie. So that's something we're gonna do. I would like to try and start doing at least the skits soon, simply because it's something fun to do and it's funny, and it'll help me get more videos up for you guys to watch. And in fact, here's the gentleman who is going to be doing these with me, my friend
Brian,
Charles.
could you help me, because I took a dump and I can't wipe my butt by myself.
This is my buddy Charles. He's very good at doing multiple different voices, as am I. I'm just not going to do one right now.
Oh, stop it, you're just complimenting me for no reason.
Oh, shut your trap, Ringo.
Bring our boys home from Southeast Asia. Arr.
So, as you can see, it's already going to be a ton of fun. Now, the first...
Turn the spindle that goes to the hoose!
Now, the first LARPing we want to do is basically a nice fight between a very well-known video game character, Dante, and a character that I've created up who's supposed to be a member of Organization 13 from Kingdom Hearts. It's going to be
So pretty much our variation or twist on our own characters is in Organization 13. Mine, trade by Dante. If you don't know Dante, play Devil May Cry, asshole.
So it should actually be pretty fun and for us to do, and even more fun for you guys to watch. There is someone else we want to get in on it. We just gotta get a hold of him first. He's the guy who's going to be doing any kind of CGI or animation we need for it. But we're going to have fun doing all the stunts and basically all the fighting. Even after CGI.
I'm gonna have fun treating him as my ragdoll.
Pretty much. No,
Folks, I know that did not come out right, but believe me, it's not the way it sounds. I'm gonna be smacking him with a sword.
he's making it sound worse. No, what's gonna happen is basically we're gonna do
Nipples are gonna get involved, and we're gonna throw in some tassels, you know, just kind of giving it the whole no titties kind of fucking out. No titties.
oh, just stop.
No titties.
Oh,
no
stop.
Titties. And then, you know, you just kind of throw a couple of bouncies in there, you know, you just, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
So basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna have ourselves basically a sparring match. We're gonna get dressed up in our own character outfits. I've already got my organization in trench coat. Nice and works well, which is perfect. And he's got his trench coat as
Pretty
well.
much what happens when a Gothic meets Organization 13, which anybody who's anybody knows that everybody in Organization 13 is fucking emo.
Pretty much. But they do tend to have, well, some of them have multiple personalities, so, you know, that ought to be fucking fantastic.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Kingdom Hearts Presents Arkham Asylum.
Point in case. Now, while we may be doing characters based off characters that we made based off of either our favorite game series or whatnot, we will be making references to a ton of different animes and cartoons and shows and hell, even video games, just because we can. Now, we're only going to make reference to these. We're not actually going to name them out, because then we could get in a shitload of trouble.
We're not trying to end up in court for like weeks at a time just for anime corporations to be like, you bit off our stuff. No, we're just going to be referencing
phrases. You know, comedians and regular actors, they do this stuff all the time.
They make reference to each other. However, in the case of our sparring match, we will be using some rather unique attacks seen only in specific anime or video games. We will reference them as briefly as we can without giving any names. So, you know, if you think you've seen one that you recognize when the video actually comes out, go ahead and leave a message in the comment and saying what you think you saw. And if we've got the time, we will actually comment on whether or not you were right. And then maybe a month down the road, I will actually post in the comments everything we've referenced. Such as right now, he's referencing Super Mario.
That was meant for just the background.
Anyway, so basically what you've got to look forward to is a very awesome fight video. A couple of them, actually, because we're not just going to do this one where it's like Organization 13 versus Devil May Cry. No, this is just going to be like the first in a long series of them. So something else you can do when these videos come out, or hell, even in the comment section of this video, post a good set of characters you would like to see us try and portray for a fight. And if we can manage it, we will. So basically,
I just would like to throw in there, shout out to PewDiePie, you know, Brofist, son, we love you for doing what you do. We want you to keep doing what you do. You provide people with so many smiles. We enjoy it. Shout out to the creators of such animes as Bleach, Fullmetal Alchemist, Cowboy Bebop, so on and so forth. We love your stuff, and I think I speak for all anime and PewDiePie lovers when I say, keep doing what you're doing. We love it.
and on top of that, I would also like to give a big shout out to both the Rooster Teeth guys and, of course, Skydoes Minecraft. Just like PewDiePie, these guys put in a ton of time for their videos. They always take time out just to do their videos, just for their viewers. They're not doing it to make money. They're doing it to actually provide some good entertainment on YouTube. And don't get me wrong, that doesn't mean that everyone else who does YouTube videos sucks. But these are like the YouTubers that we've been inspired by. Now, I like Skydoes Minecraft because the man is a comical genius in my eyes. And a lot of the stuff he does is just pure improv. And when we do our skits, that's what we're going to do, is pure improv. It's never going to be scripted, it's not going to be planned, it's just going to be, we get together and we'll do an improv video, and we'll have, like, one of our friends holding the camera and recording us doing these skits. And hell, we may even get some guest stars in on this from one time to another, whatever I'm trying to say there.
Well,
but it won't always just be me and Charles. It will, I mean, we'll always be there.
We're pretty much going to include some more of our other friends, because as we go along doing our LARPing versus, we're pretty much going for the people we choose to do this, other than ourselves, are people that can fit remotely close to an anime character.
Or even one trained by an anime character. For instance, we have a friend who is, let's just say, of a larger size. We wouldn't expect him to be trained by, say, Edward Elric, the Fullmetal Alchemist. Because it just wouldn't make sense. He wouldn't be able to move like Edward. However, we'd expect him to be more like Choji. You know, sticking more towards the partial expansion jutsus, and basically fighting in that fashion.
And what we mean by expansion jutsus, we mean Choji before he lost all that weight.
Basically, the huge human boulder. In addition to that, like I was saying, if there's a specific set of characters that you want to see us attempt to recreate for these fights, or even characters you want to see us do our own version of that character, or like trained by that character, leave a message in the comments below and we will see what we can manage. Just be aware that these videos will take us time to do, because we have to do both the before CGI and after CGI videos. So basically, the actual video and the behind the scenes.
Now keep in mind, people, the CGI, it's not an absolute yet, but it is something that we are considering messing around with. You know, just as things that you see the pros do that we would like to dabble into. But the LARPing will happen, so in the comments, leave characters you would like to see. Even go as far as certain fights you would love to see. And we will do our best to bring it to life. Pretty much all the good shit before Hollywood get their hands on it. Before Hollywood gets their dirty hands on it and ruins it.
For instance, if you would like to see a good Deadpool versus Sephiroth fight, we would be more than happy to pull that off, if we can. Just remember, it's going to take us time to get the costumes together as well as the weapons we'd need. Now, in terms of the weapons, for the before CGI videos, but like he said, even if we can get the CGI, with the weapons, it won't always be like foam swords or Nerf swords or something like that. If we can get our hands on even training swords, like actual metal training swords, then we will use those. I mean, in my first video, when I introduced myself to you guys, I showed you my pride and joy Benihime. I still have Benihime, and I would love to use Benihime in one of these fights. Mind you, it won't be as Urahara, maybe, but I would love to actually, I would actually like to try and pit Urahara against someone. So definitely in the comments below, leave a comment about who you would like to see Kisuke Urahara of Bleach fight. I've got the hat, I've got the sword, I can throw together the rest of the costume, it's just going to take me a bit. I mean, who do you think would be good to fight Urahara?
I can honestly see Urahara going up against Mogan.
Mogan.
Without using her abilities, without the abilities, going up against Mogan in just a battle with the swords.
And you know, that would be an interesting one. However, I think that Urahara, being who he is, you know, a bit deceitful, I think you could say, would at one point end up pulling one of his Zanpakuto's abilities, the Blood Mist Shield. Which, if any of you have ever actually watched Bleach, Season 1, when he's trying to get Ichigo to call out to his own Zanpakuto to release his Zanpakuto's true form, pulls the Blood Mist Shield at the last second before Ichigo tears him in half.
Also, another thing we're going to try to pull off is something that is common in versus videos. That is a what if. Which pretty much means, let's say, what if Afro Samurai clashed with, let's say, Samurai Champloo?
Mugen from
what would happen
Samurai
there?
Champloo. That's
You'd
a good
see
one.
Afro Samurai versus Mugen. Or even, what's his name?
The guy with the glasses. I can't remember his name.
Guy with the glasses?
In Samurai Champloo. Now,
Not you, Jason. We're not talking about you.
this is the guy we were just talking to.
Hi, everybody.
That is Jason. He may end up in one of our videos from time to time.
As Petey.
Yes, this... we will be running a skit that we don't exactly have a name for yet, but we do have names for some of the characters. One of the characters' names is Petey. Say hello to the person who will be playing Petey.
Say hi, Petey.
And of course, the voice that Charles has just done is supposed to be the voice of Petey. Now, that's just an example. We, if possible, and if we ever have the time and ability to, or better recording equipment at the time, eventually I will be getting something better to record with other than my phone.
Well, all we really much
we
need
will-
is just a decent digital camera.
That's true. We will try and do an alternate ending, like an alternate hit winner for the fight. Like, for instance, say in this one fight that we want to do of Dante's pupil versus the pupil of, let's say, for shits and giggles, Roxas from Organization 13, before Diz captured him. Let's say that in the original version, Dante wins. In the alternate ending, Dante, his pupil would win in the original ending. In the alternate ending, Roxas's pupil would win. and we'd change up small parts of the actual fight just for the alternate version. However, we would have to do the entire video over again just to do the alternate ending. Like, if you guys have ever seen Superpower Beatdown, which I highly recommend you go watch, especially the, who was it? Scorpion versus White Ranger, I think?
Well, quite honestly, not to down Superpower Beatdown, but yeah, if you want bullcrap versus that you know without a shadow of a doubt who would win,
No, I got it.
and they make the person who pretty much they see as the underdog or other guy win, then by all means, watch Superpower Beatdown.
I was gonna say.
For instance, with the fight between Scorpion and the White Ranger, everyone knows that in that instance, the White Ranger is automatically the underdog. Because Scorpion has no problem with killing. Never has. However, the original ending for that fight was the White Ranger won. The alternate ending was Scorpion won. Now, don't get me wrong, I grew up on Power Rangers. I love the fact that the White Ranger won. But at the same time, I gotta take into account, Scorpion is a much better fighter. And I'm pretty sure you'd agree with me on this, Charles.
Scorpion is not human in any variation, and just to pin him up against the White Ranger is an insult. Completely.
It is also basically just tossing... It's like tossing a rabbit into the lion's den and saying, fight. The rabbit's not going to make it out. You're basically... What they basically did is they tossed the White Ranger into a fight with Scorpion that he could not win, and then made it so he won. And it's like, what the hell, guys? Seriously. Now, that's why when we do these fights, we are literally going to take into account every aspect of the characters that we are either trying to portray or are making our own versions of. So, you know, we will take into account everything and who would actually win and if they're a draw or not. So, you know, we don't want to insult anyone with these fights, is the point. We just want to make these entertaining, and that is what we will try to do. Now, should there ever be a reason that someone feels offended, we would rather you guys tell us. Don't just, like, badmouth our videos, because that'll piss us off. And you don't want to do that.
We're not talking about the people who either, A, may watch a certain character from wherever they came from, or read the comics, and know pretty much almost everything there is to know about a certain character.
Right.
We're not saying, we welcome your input. We welcome it. It's just when there are people that you know for a fact do not know what the hell they're talking about. Those are the people that are just, you just want to look them in the face and just go, shut up.
Pretty much. Now, I will say this. When you guys make recommendations for characters you want to see fight, we will put as much time into researching these characters, how they fight, what weapons they use, everything about them, before we go into the videos, just to make sure that we don't miss anything, and we can get them as spot on as possible. Now, if there's something we miss in the videos that you guys want to see from these characters, feel free to put in feedback. We welcome feedback. We welcome criticism, just don't be assholes about it. So, what I'm trying to say is, we want to know what it is about these characters that you want to see in the fight. Don't just go like, oh, you guys didn't do it right. You guys didn't do so-and-so right. Well, how can we know? We did the research on the character. We know what they look like. We know how they dress. We know how they act. We know what weapons they use. Yada, yada, yada. Don't just sit there and go, you didn't do it right. We did our research. If you think we didn't do it right, then you're either not watching the right anime or playing the right video game, or you're just doing it to be a pain in the ass. Don't do that.
Completely don't know what the hell you're talking about. So
Right.
please, we welcome your intake. But if you have no idea what you're talking about and you're only going on little bits and pieces rather than knowing the full thing, then please.
Right, like if you've only caught 1 or 2 episodes of an anime and you ask for a character from that anime for one of these fights, and then you bitch about it later, we're gonna call you out on it. So please, if you're gonna recommend a character from a video game or an anime or anything like that, at least make it one that you know well enough that if you're gonna bitch about it, we can't call you out on it. Don't give us a reason to call you out, is what I'm trying to say. So, on an end note here, because at this point, we've been at this for a good 20 minutes or so. So, to put it simply, these are videos that we'd like to start doing. We're actually going to start training ourselves for them regardless of whether or not we do them, just for shits and giggles. Just cause. That way, even if we don't get around to them anytime soon, we're still ready for them when we do get around to them. Because Charles here is actually really good at parkour. He's one of the best at parkour that I know of. And as for me, I am not a half-bad swordsman. I do have to do some work, and I gotta get back in shape. I'm pretty sure Charles is gonna do some working out of his own just to make sure he stays in shape.
Of course, I am a rusty, and I know it.
We're both a little rusty, so as soon as this video is posted, you can bet your asses that we've started working out just to tone our bodies and make sure we're ready for this. Charles will even be training me in some parkour as well, just to make sure that when we do these videos, we can both do all the parkour we need to do. Be aware that for the first few videos, my parkour may not be the grandest, and you may see me do quite a few face plants. But just be aware that this is just me getting used to it. So
At the same time, people, there's gonna be plenty of bloopers because we're all serious,
Right.
but we love to make people laugh at the same time.
right, thus the skits. The skits are more to make you laugh. However, we will have blooper reels for all our fights, so that way you guys can get a laugh out of those as well. That way you're not just watching these fights and going, oh, come on. Now, why the hell did that happen? No, we're going to give you the blooper reels as well so you can see every mistake we've made and laugh at them. Because we aim to please shut up. We are all very perverted. Very. Now,
You're not supposed to admit that on the internet.
oh, who gives a
What's
shit?
wrong with you?
Who gives a shit? Now, like I mentioned before, we will always have a guest star when we can manage it. These first few videos, we're going to try and do just me and Charles, just so we can get it properly in tune with each other for, like, the fights and the skits. You've met Jason, who will definitely be in the skits. We're not sure about the fights because, well, the guy trips over his own feet a lot. And, don't think it's just going to be just guys in these videos. We also have quite a few lady friends of ours who will be partaking in these videos from time to time.
These
Say
videos
hello.
are not going to be a total sausage fest. Just saying. Just so you're not saying, oh, they just want men that touch on each other. No, it's far from it, all right? It's far from it.
Now, mind you, we are not really going to get sexual with these videos because, like we said, we're trying to do these videos for fun. We're not trying to get banned from... We're not trying to get our YouTube channels banned because we're doing porn. No, we're not going to do porn. We are just going to have videos just for shits and giggles. The more viewers we get for these, though, the better. So, if you've got if you already are subscribed to my channel, if you've got friends who love videos like these, get them to watch and have them subscribe. And, you know, every view counts. Every view. And, you know what? Always leave a message in the comments if you can think of something that you would like to see us do. Hell, I would love to see someone make a mention of the Big Daddy from BioShock 2, the original Big Daddy, in a fight versus anyone. Take your pick. I don't care who. And again, if you can think of something you would like to see just me do for one of my video game recordings, leave a message in the comments below. If you ever want to meet more people who would be in these videos with us, trust me, we will do an introduction to to the cast of any video before we do the video. So you will get to meet the cast and our opinions of, and you will get all of our opinions on how we think these videos are gonna go before we do that. And as soon as that's up, you can bet we will be getting those fight videos done or those skits done almost immediately after. So, on that note, viewers, I would like to say thanks for watching. You know, I honestly don't have a like goal for this. I would just like to see even 10 likes. And again, I always appreciate your feedback and any comments you leave below. I will read them, and I will definitely take the time to see what I can do about them. I've recently obtained Black Ops 2, so if you guys want to see me do videos for that, I will. And on that note, take it easy, guys. This has been Vamp Rich and my good friend Charles. And
See you later.
on that note, take it easy, Clannies.